When we arrived at my parents' place, they greeted us casually and served us food. James ate slowly, smiling to be polite. My parents were quiet and their faces hard to read. I thought they were just nervous and trying to connect.
Eat more, James. We made plenty.
Yes, I will. The food is so tasty. It's great. Thank you. You look tired, boy. Like an old chicken who's refusing to die.
James ignored the others. The night passed without any arguments. I felt hopeful that maybe this was the start of peace. But the next morning, James woke up sick. His face was pale and his hands were trembling. Before I knew it, he was vomiting. I rushed him to the hospital. The doctors ran tests, but he worsened quickly. His skin turned ashy, and his breathing went weak. I held his hand, begging him to fight and stay alive with me. Hi there, my name is Grace. I grew up in a home where my parents, Thomas and Evelyn, wore their blackness like armor. They taught me to love my dark skin, my coiled hair, and my roots. I cherished them for it. But their pride turned bitter when I fell in love with James, a white man with beautiful blue eyes and a laugh that warmed my soul. Growing up, I'd noticed my parents weren't fans of the white or other races. All our family friends were blacks. I went to an all-black school. My friends at church were black. James was one of the first white people I spoke to. Prior, I'd thought my parents avoided them because they were bad people. But after making white friends in college and meeting James, I realized I was wrong. From the moment I introduced James to my parents, their hatred for him flared like a storm. They either didn't see his kindness, or they refused to. They only saw his skin color.
Why this man, Grace? A white person? I can't believe this. We raised you better than this, Grace.
You're turning your back on us, on your people. That's a shame and disgrace to our community.
You both sound so crazy. What's wrong with him? How am I ashamed for loving a white man? What's wrong with you both? I was starting to get angry, but James stopped me and told me he'll handle it.
I genuinely understand you both. I think it's a mistake on Grace's and my parts. She should have informed you both before my coming. I apologize for that. But I truly love your daughter. I want her to be happy, honey. Happy? You can't give her happiness. You obviously don't belong with her.
James tried so hard. He smiled through their icy glares, ate their spicy food, which they intentionally made spicier, even when it burned his throat, and listened to their stories with respect. But nothing thawed their hearts. They wanted a black son-in-law, someone to carry their lineage, their name, and their pride. To them, James was an intruder stealing their future. I pleaded with them to see him as I did, but their anger only deepened.
You're throwing away everything we gave you. He's whitewashing your head. That's what they do. They make you think your culture is stupid, and before you know it, you're bending to theirs.
If you marry him, our grandchildren won't even look like us. I can't imagine that. In fact, it's an abomination to imagine it.
But I love him. He treats me so well. He loves me a whole lot, and I bet you both can see it clearly. So, what the hell are your problems? Why can't you just accept that?
Dear, love doesn't erase who we are. You have to pick between that stupid love and us. You dare not pick him.
I did. I picked James and married him. We had a quiet wedding, exactly as I wanted. Just his family and a few friends. My parents stayed away. It broke me, but James held me tight and promised we'd make our own family. I wanted to mend things with my parents, though. I thought I could offer them something to hold on to, something to make them accept James. So I had an idea. My idea wouldn't be fair on James, but I had to try. James, what if our kids take my parents' last name? Maybe that'll make them feel their legacy is safe. We can include yours, after my parents' own. Is that okay with you?
I really don't mind. If it brings peace to your family, I'm fine with it. I just want you to be happy.
You're too good to me. My James agreed without a fight. He didn't care about names or pride. He just cared about me. I was so happy because I thought this would finally soften my parents. I went to their house and shared our plan with them. So I spoke to James, and he's agreed that when we have kids, they'll carry your name. Our kids will be using your last name and that of Thomas. We want to honor you.
Honor? You think a name fixes what you've done? You're so stupid, even more than I thought. You're no daughter of mine.
You're still with that white man. Whether you change your kids' names or anything, nothing changes that. The only way we'll be fine is if you break up with that hairless chicken.
What? You want me to break up with James? I can't believe you both. I'm trying to make this right. Why isn't this enough?
Well, so long as you're with that white man, it'll never be enough.
Their words stabbed me. I left their house in tears, but James was there, wiping my face and promising we'd be okay. He was really a good man. We started our life in a small apartment, dreaming of children and a future where my parents might come around. For a year, we were happy. James taught at a school, I worked at a bank, and we saved for a house. Every night, we'd sit on our couch, his arm around me, talking about our future kids. Then everything shattered. It began with a call from my mother. She suddenly invited us to dinner. I was surprised. They hadn't spoken to us since the wedding. I thought maybe they were finally warming up and realizing I loved James. James was uneasy and nervous, but I convinced him that everything would be fine. You know, this could be a fresh start. They're reaching out without us having to call them. It wasn't hard convincing James. We were so in love with each other that we'd gladly do anything to make the other smile. When we arrived at my parents' place, they greeted us casually and served us food. James ate slowly, smiling to be polite. My parents were quiet and their faces hard to read. I thought they were just nervous and trying to connect.
Eat more, James. We made plenty.
Yes, I will. The food is so tasty. It's great. Thank you. You look tired, boy. Like an old chicken who's refusing to die.
James ignored the others. The night passed without any arguments. I felt hopeful that maybe this was the start of peace. But the next morning, James woke up sick. His face was pale and his hands were trembling. Before I knew it, he was vomiting. I rushed him to the hospital. The doctors ran tests, but he worsened quickly. His skin turned ashy, and his breathing went weak. I held his hand, begging him to fight and stay alive with me. Unfortunately, James left me. He died that night. The doctors said it was poison, a rare kind that destroyed his organs slowly. I couldn't breathe. My James was gone. I sat by his body without moving or speaking until a nurse pulled me away. Then it hit me. The dinner. My parents' sudden kindness. The way they urged him to eat. I immediately went to the police and told them everything. My parents were the biggest suspects. They questioned my parents but found no evidence. No poison in their house, no witnesses. They let them go.
We didn't do anything. You're hurting, Grace, so you're confused. You should find a black guy to help you through this grief.
How could you accuse us? We're your parents. You're such a bad child.
Don't you dare play that game with me. You hated him. You wanted him dead. I know it was you. You both killed him. Murderers.
Believe what you want. You'll never prove it.
I buried James alone. His family came after the funeral, weeping and asking why. I couldn't tell them I suspected my parents. That was too shameful. I left our apartment, sold our things, and gave away his clothes. Every piece of him hurt to touch. I cut off my parents. They tried calling, but I blocked them. I wanted them to feel the void they'd created, but it still wasn't enough. They'd stolen my love, my future, my James. I needed them to pay. So I started watching them. I'd drive by their house at night, see them through the window, living like nothing happened. My father reading, my mother cooking. It sickened me. They thought they'd won, that they'd erased James and saved their lineage by pushing me to marry a black man later on. But I had a plan. They cared about their legacy above all. So I'd destroy it. I vowed never to marry again, never to have kids. Their bloodline would end with me. It was my way of punishing them and making them suffer. Years passed. I threw myself into work. I bought a small house where I lived alone. My friends tried to set me up with guys, but I pushed them away. I saw James in every man, heard his laugh in every silence. I couldn't love again, and I wouldn't. My parents grew old and their health began fading. They sent messages through relatives, begging to see me, but I refused to see them. But one day, I got a call and was told that my father had a stroke. He was dying. My mother was alone and struggling. I wanted to see them in pains. I went to the hospital. There, I saw my father lying in bed. He looked so weak, and there were tubes in his arms. My mother sat beside him. She looked so tired, but I felt no mercy for them.
Grace, you came, thank God.
I didn't come for you. I would never take care of you both. I came to tell you something.
I'm sorry. For everything. I'm really sorry.
Sorry? You killed my husband. You poisoned him. You both don't deserve to live in prison. That's why I haven't told the cops. I'm thankful to karma for bringing you this pain. And just so you know, your lineage is gone. I'll never marry, nor will I ever have kids that aren't for James. Your stupid last name dies with me. As I walked out, I could hear their quiet sobs, but I didn't care. My father died a month later, after severe suffering with the pain and discomfort. My mother moved to a nursing home because she was too frail to live alone. I never visited. Relatives said she cried for me daily, but I didn't care. She'd chosen her path when she poisoned James's food. 2 months later, my mother fell to her death. She left a letter behind as if she knew her end was near. In the letter, she confessed to them poisoning James and asked for my forgiveness. I burned the letter. I didn't need it. I'd known the truth all along. As for James's family, I took good care of them. I sent them money and visited them regularly. They loved me and always thanked me, but I felt guilty each time they did. I didn't deserve thanks because I was doing everything James would be doing if my stupid parents hadn't caught his life short. I'm 65 now, and still unmarried and without kids. I take care of James's younger brother's daughter who was born after James died. He'd have loved her. His family still don't know the cause of his death. I live with guilt every day. I deserve to suffer like that. I deserve the loneliness and everything that comes with living like this. It's a payment for what my evil parents did. I know James wouldn't be happy about my choice, but he deserves this much. Thanks for watching.